Gina Angelina, our producer. If anybody didn't hear that, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat it, just because maybe you might be able to hear it better if you didn't hear Gina. But Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, his wife, the Biermann's wife, Mrs. Biermann.
Mrs. Biermann
is on that show, and you know, a woman that'll drink beer, that turns me on automatically.
Let's say hello to Mrs. Biermann. Hi, Mrs. Biermann.
And you know, next, Mickey, I mean, where are they going to go with this? I mean, there's been so many cities. There's Housewives of Los Angeles. There's Housewives or Beverly Hills or whatever, and then New Jersey. I mean, do they have a Housewives of Trenton? How would that be?
Housewives of Secaucus, New Jersey.
Secaucus.
From there, go to Trenton. It's 9 miles east-southeast of Secaucus, New Jersey, or something.
Secaucus.
You just got to figure out what exit it's off of.
We're remembering where we come from.
That's right.
Mickey and Joey and the Bronx and the whole east side of the United States, East Coast as we call it, represent. And this is kind of how that show would go, I think, real quick.
I think New Jersey needs a pro football team. Don't you think so, Joey?
I think they do, and you know, I'd be worried about. But first of all, for those of you that do watch this show, and or maybe you just clicked on this particular segment for whatever reason that you did, okay.
And you should start watching it every week.
You should,
please,
because
we would be grateful.
It's kind of like remixed gum,
and you would be good.
Once you start chewing us, you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to know what we feel like,
and you'll be a lot more football educated, shall we say? You'll be football wise.
You will, and you
entertained.
Know, a wise thing is a good thing.
All right.
And but the Garden State, I want to make a plug here for Jersey, because it's called the Garden State, folks. But how many years have they been getting a bad rap that there's the stereotype that it's all factories and you know, there's coal all over the streets and shrapnel, and the kids can't play in the street without, you know, bearings and broken sprockets and parts all over the place. Jersey is the Garden State, and it's called that for a reason, because it's actually very green. And I think you raise a good point. There's enough population there that between Trenton all the way down to Secaucus, and then the boss over, Bruce Springsteen, in the Asbury Park area, and if you took the entire state, there's got to be over 1 million people. Why can't they have the New Jersey Brawlers?
Sure.
Great name.
People would come from Connecticut, Rhode Island, you know, all over the place. New York City. People come from Delaware. No, there are not a lot of people in Delaware, but what are they doing these days on football Sundays? Well, they're probably watching pro football.
I think they're Redskins fans mostly, or they're Ravens fans. They're split like an amoeba, right?
They're split like an amoeba. Well, we can split them off one more if they had a team in New Jersey. Let's make a note, Joey. Send a memo to Roger Goodell and recommend a new team in New Jersey.
We digress, but we're having fun here, and I think it's worth mentioning. And if we have to, we'll get back to the Atlanta Falcons in another section if it comes to that. But this is too good, because you guys realize that NFL teams are based on, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mickey, or what order this is in, or what importance level this is, but it's based on population. And the NFL is smart enough, like all major sports or major organizations, I should say, companies, to do a study. And if there's enough fan base, if there's enough population, if there's enough big guys that work blue collar jobs or white collar jobs that are hungry for a football team, and they're willing to spend the money, and they're willing to support their team, and they're willing to love the NFL, or they think they might smidgenly be interested in the NFL, they put a team there. And why not New Jersey? And then all of a sudden, I think we would start, I don't know about you, but come on, we come from the East Coast, so I could tell you right now, it'd only take a little while, I mean, you know as well as I do, then all these Giants fans would really be for New Jersey, and
all their relatives would go.
They'd be New Jersey Brawler fans, and there'd be a big bulldog on the helmet. Can you see? It's a beautiful thing, Mickey. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And
probably in their logo would be some fists or something, you know, like a couple of them. Because they're ready to brawl, right?
Just like this.
They might even have some brass knuckles or something.
I think the bulldog would be on the helmet with his bulldog face, and then he'd have these fists like this, and those would be the paws, right? And then like there'd be T-shirts everywhere where you'd see that brawler face, and then it would say, you know, and then it would say, "Give me the juice," or it would say, "The vig is up, New Jersey Brawlers." You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's got potential.
It's got potential.
Potential.
And who wants to play the New Jersey Brawlers? Because I'm telling you, the entire crowd is gonna be you guys who built America. You were part of building America. You're the ones that go out there with your smoking your cigarettes and you don't even care. You're in the field and you're smoking your cigarettes in the stands and you're throwing things at the opposing team. Not things to hurt them, but maybe tomatoes. You're throwing some tomatoes, you know, and you're sitting up in the stands with Gina next to you, and she's yelling harder than the guys are, you know. Hey Brady, you suck. You suck, Brady. I mean, this is what I picture. And to me, it's a beautiful thing because it's not a beautiful thing for the reasons you think, but it's a beautiful thing because it's spirit and it's NFL and it's identity. Isn't it all those things?
Football's coming to town. All right, let's get back to the Falcons, or we'll never finish it.
All right.
Bab, we were on Mr. Biermann and his lovely wife, Mrs. Biermann.
16